refused to go to real therapy.
So we started our own. Welcome to Tequila Therapy. All right, guys. Welcome back to episode 2 of Tequila Therapy, or our second session of Tequila Therapy. Cheers to our second episode.
Cheers.
Oh.
Well, I gotta go first. How do people take their shots? Because I know it's like different. I have to sip the chase first.
Oh.
It's not a chase.
Oh. All right.
No, you did not.
She did.
It's running down my neck.
That's what she said.
Thank you to our Peter.
Peter. Thank you.
Anyway,
I
this
love
week's
Penis.
episode is going to be very interesting.
Yeah. It's probably why I need to like black out.
That's
'Cause it's a
exactly what
lot.
I was thinking.
Honestly, as we were reading it, we were like, what are we gonna
After, and just like, we have shot breaks. So this week's episode is going to be, would you say fun? Or just interesting?
both?
We might ruffle some feathers.
We might ruffle some feathers because I feel like I have a weird view. I think we actually have like very similar,
Yeah.
like we just don't know how to go about.
Yeah. We're basically going to be telling you guys our coming out stories.
If you have
Surprise! We're gay!
It reminds me of those videos where it's like, you don't look gay. I'm like, hold on.
I'm so sorry. Hold
Give
on.
me a flannel and a Subaru. But let me tell you, and also sometimes the stereotypes like they be hurting, but they be true. Because when people are like U-Haul, and I'm like, oh my god, yeah, that's so crazy, and I'm like, oh, I moved in.
Oh,
so
me and Lauren
quickly.
fucking hauled the fuck out of.
I moved 7 hours up.
I was
traveled.
moved into her house within like 6 months.
Oh yeah, we were.
Her family home with her family, just chilling in the bedroom, just the two of us.
6 months. Like
6 months, girl.
2 weeks,
Ours
girl.
ours was what?
Yeah.
A month? 2 months? 3 months?
3 weeks. Yeah.
Okay.
3 weeks. 6 months.
Okay, a couple weeks. Anyway.
Okay.
So yeah, so it really is. You know what it is? It's like, I think because you just know better. Men are shit, and I'm gonna stand on that.
That's a hill I will die on.
That's a hill I will fucking sacrifice my body on. Just fucking, I'll samurai death my way out.
Mhm.
Men ain't
Nothing.
shit.
But before we get into our lovely coming out stories, we have this little segment, almost like a peek and pit, but since this is Tequila Therapy, it's gonna be like, what's your top shelf and what's your bottom shelf? So what is your top shelf of the week?
Oh. As if I didn't know this was coming up, and I'm reading it like this. I'm like, did you think of anything?
Did you put an answer in your notes? No.
Sure didn't. What was my top shelf this week? Oh, I mean, I guess honestly, being able to start this, like, I think we've been
talking about
it for
literally
for a long
years.
time, and then like there's something so different to talking about it and then actually getting started. Like, I think we were both so nervous, but like even after just doing the first, I'm like, now I'm so excited, and it's like so fun. Like I can't wait because like all I'm doing is having fun.
Yeah.
And like, come on. So
I mean, like, we already do
shelf.
this off camera anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, so like top shelf is really just getting it started, and like, because I know we have so many like fun plans that like, we want to try and like do, and so I'm like, oh, at least we did it. So yeah, that was top shelf for me. What about you? Oh,
well,
God.
I would have to say that my top shelf is probably the fact that my birthday is tomorrow. I'm a Leo queen.
Leo queen.
No, but yeah, I'm excited to have my birthday tomorrow. I'm excited to have my friends here with me. I mean, obviously starting the podcast, but like I don't want to give like 3 top shelves and like have nothing to talk about later.
Yeah, that's true.
So definitely my birthday.
That's
Definitely
a good one.
having my friends here,
because
I for sure thought I was going to spend my birthday alone.
Oh, do we even?
But
We should just have a birthday episode. Because I would love to.
we should have a birthday episode.
Oh.
What a beautiful idea. But yeah, I have literally
that means I get
3 of
one
my friends
too.
here. Like, that's so exciting. And one of them surprised me this morning. I didn't even know she was coming. I thought we were
flew. It's not like we have to just drive down the street.
They all flew here. And you guys, I knew you guys were coming, but I thought we were coming to work this morning, and then I got surprised going to the fucking airport to pick up my other friend. Well, my cousin-in-law. Cousin. But yeah, that's my top shelf. What's your bottom shelf?
Oof.
I know what your bottom shelf should be.
Spilling on myself
immediately? No, it's
immediately?
worse than that. Leaving your cats.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's a really good, it's a really bad bottom shelf, but truly heartbreaking, heart-wrenching. I was crying in the airport on our way because I also thought that I left the oven on. I had convinced myself because I was like, I can't for the life of me remember turning off the oven after I got the pizza out. And so I was convinced that we were going to look on our little video camera and see 2 dead cats. Like,
doesn't it make you feel like a bad mom?
Yes. A terrible mother. Put me in prison. I'm a terrible mother. And
call CPS.
And I thought I was literally going to kill them.
Protective Services.
Dead.
We're bad mothers.
It'd be funnier if it's like I didn't even use
honest,
the oven,
like,
but
so something that you would do is like leave the fucking oven on.
I 1,000% would. I am like not a person that even I do better now because I've been with this one who goes around and unplugs everything. But I leave this straight. I turn it off, but I keep it plugged in.
No, girl.
And she's like, "Girl, no." And
no, Lauren will literally chop my head off if I leave things plugged in.
She's really good about it. It's like when we travel, she goes around and she unplugs everything, and I never have to think about it. And so then, like the oven situation, I was like, "Oh God, I don't know if I did that." And I was like, "I don't know if she did that because."
So who knows what did you do? You're out there.
Oh, I was crying and then like spiraling, and so she had to text the person that is taking care of our cats, but they just go in and feed them dinner.
Yeah.
So they only see them whatever. He was just there at our house to see how they eat and where to get the food, all that. And she asked him, and he so kindly went back to our apartment at 2 a.m. to make sure that I turned off the oven, and guess what?
It was off.
The oven was off. It was off. And the cats are fine. They probably would have been dead by then anyway. But
I would punch you in the throat if I was him.
I was like, we're gonna get him like a souvenir.
Rate just went up, bitch. Like now I'm charging you double for your time away.
I feel so bad. And yeah, that is bottom shelf. Is leaving them is creating a whole scene,
a whole fucking drama.
I mean, but
and your fucking oven was off anyway.
Yeah.
Annoying.
Whatever. It'll be fine. But yeah, that does suck. You're right. That is my bottom.
Is that really?
Yeah.
Fair.
Well, it's a good one, and you brought it up.
I think it's fair. I think that's a good bottom.
Well, what's your bottom? Bottom of the barrel.
I don't know, because this is like a really
and
good
I'll die
week
on that hill
for
too.
Me. Like this is.
I'll die on that hill too.
Such a good week for me. So like I really don't know. This is
no,
the best
it's really
week
good.
of my whole year. My birthday is like
something.
what I look forward to most in life. My bottom shelf, probably the fact that like I can't let go of my OCD. So like having people in my house,
that's almost my bottom.
It doesn't matter if I literally lick the floor clean with my tongue. I'm still like, oh my God, my house is disgusting. They're gonna judge me. Like I scrubbed my fucking trash can with a toothbrush before they showed up. So like,
and like as if I haven't even seen the trash can.
Are they gonna go inspect my trash can? No. I fucking made my wife like move the couch so we could scrub the baseboards behind the couch. Like, are they gonna look behind my couch? No. But like, I know you can relate because that's your mom. I know, but like that, I think that's my biggest. Because other than that, like, it's a good food week for me. It's a good drink week for me. I have my friends here with me. No one's going to tell me fucking no this week.
That's true. I've had to mentally prepare for weeks to be like.
I don't have to leave my cats. So, like, probably just my OCD of feeling like you guys are going to find something that makes my house seem, like, dirty or messy or not clean in any way. That's probably my bottom. Like, I don't know how to relax because I'm like, I have to clean something because you guys are here.
And it's like I make fun, but I totally get that feeling because it happens, and no matter the amount of times that we say we don't care, and I'm like, I legitimately do not care. So I'm telling her, I'm like, literally, I want nothing more than to just visit their home because I get so inspired. Because I'm like, oh my god, their house is so clean. They have all this like fun stuff. I already was like, oh my god, a sponge holder in the bathtub instead of my ugly ass magic eraser just sitting on the fucking thing. I was like, that's so genius. Duh. So yeah, honestly, I like, no matter how many times we say it, we think it's literally spotless. So it's fine. And I think my house was worse. And I didn't get to prepare for you guys.
You didn't, but that is not... Someone else had time to prepare.
I was busy planning a fucking proposal.
Okay, anyway. Next episode.
Gabe?
Next session.
Oh, yes. Okay. We're going to go take a shot. So we'll be right back when we're done.
Shot break.
And then we'll get into our lovely coming out stories.
They are lovely.
Okay, do I pause it?
No, just keep it.
Okay,
Oh, just
keep
keep
it
it
rolling.
rolling.
That means y'all are taking shots too.
Rolling on the river. Oh, I like that one better. Rolling.
You do that, but not boing. You know.
Sing along. Sing along.
Here, I got one.
What?
Okay, go.
I got a pocket full of sunshine.
Oh, okay.
What?
What?
I don't know about you, but I'm
Feeling
feeling
22.
No, that's a good one. No,
I don't.
don't.
I don't get no satisfaction.
Need more?
I hope someone is screaming at the screen. Or their screen going, whatever song it is. And we're just like, I don't want to fall asleep. Is that a song? Did I just make up a sentence and sing it?
I can't tell you. I don't know if it's too much
I
tequila.
don't wanna
I
wait
have no.
For this to be over. Yeah.
Does everybody give up?
Yeah.
up.
I don't wanna be anything
Other than what I've been trying to be lately.
All right, guys. We're back and we're going to get into our coming out stories. When did you come out?
Oh.
Like,
didn't
what
know this.
age did you start coming out?
Oh, I was older. I was maybe 22, 23.
Oh, that's
Old.
old.
No, old.
Like, for the first time ever?
First of all, I feel like I'm like playing the game.
Oh.
No, it's weird because I feel like it's one of those things where I feel like some people won't believe your story, you know, kind of thing. I had no idea,
Yeah.
like at all, that there was any like I just didn't have it in my head, and like when we like kind of get into it, my background, like it didn't allow for me. I just didn't think it was an option.
Right.
And I never had an inkling, nothing. Now that I like look back on it, I'm like, there's like some stuff maybe I guess I realize now why it led to where it led, or like whatever. But I had no fucking thought of it ever until I was way older. I was in college. I had just broken up with a boyfriend that I had for 3 years or something like that. And like from the time I was 19 to 22 or whatever the fuck. And it was like right after that, I was like low-key joking. I was like, yeah, we could go on a date. And then the person was like, link up. And I was like, oh.
You would.
And then I was like, well, maybe I should just like do it. And it's because it's funny and I'm in college and it's whatever.
So I feel like that's
it's very on brand.
So you.
It's so, if you could actually get into it, like Kyra is in the middle of all of this.
Oh.
She set this shit up, by the way. She set it up, like, it was just like this stupid thing. And then once I like went on the date, and then I was like, oh my god, this is an option I get to have? Mind you, like 3 weeks before that date happened, not even 3 weeks, it was probably a little bit before then, I had gone to a strip club for the first time in my whole life. I have the experience, and I'm like, oh, no. We went to Femme Nu.
Well, that was your first mistake.
First mistake. It's a terrible strip club.
Where is your first mistake, girl?
But then I was like looking, and I'm like, I was not attracted. Like, I didn't feel any type of way. Like, it was I was like, there's no way I could stare a vagina in the face and touch it. Like, I did not think so.
Well, are you doing that now?
Obviously. I am staring eye of the storm. But, like, I legit, like, I didn't think anything of it until I met a person that I was like, oh, and actually shout out to fucking Kyra, because I think she knew from way back, because I would get so nervous around this person. She
tells me all the time when she met you, she was like, that girl's gay.
And I was like,
that girl is gay.
No one told me. So yeah,
what do you say?
Recalled.
Look, I know you're in a 3-year relationship with a man, but I'm pretty sure you're gay. We just met, but I just want to let you know my opinion.
She knew.
In my professional lesbian opinion, I think you're gay. That's what you should have said, Lauren.
Yeah, you should have, because also people are like, oh, didn't you realize? And I was like, don't you think I would have saved myself the turmoil of finding out so much later in life and having to deal with men if I knew before?
You're going to shit yourself when you hear mine.
Oh, because you were like, okay, how old were you? Because I think I know it that it's young and it's like shockingly young.
I don't think you realize how young.
And it just blows my mind.
And I'm not going to go into detail because only like I would say no more than 4 people in my entire life. I'm turning 29 tomorrow. Less than 5 people know like the actual story, but like preschool. Yeah.
I can't even remember anything from preschool.
It's like such a weird thing because I remember so much of preschool, like to the point where I remember like who came to pick me up. I remember I have 2 scars on my knee from 2 separate times of like walking to the car and like falling and getting a cherry on my knee. Like I remember it so fucking clearly. I remember my teachers. Like, I don't remember their names, but I remember their faces. I can see their faces in my head. Shit. I can remember, like, the faces of people who were in my class in preschool. And, like, I was in preschool when I realized. And, like, I don't, obviously, in preschool, you don't know what it is.
Oh, okay.
I knew that it was different. And then, like, it wasn't until 8th grade where I was like, I think the feelings or whatever I think or feel towards boys, like I think and feel towards this girl.
Oh my
god! And then that's when I put 2 and 2 together. But like I recognize that feeling from being in preschool, which is like when people are like, "You're choosing," I'm like, I was in preschool, bitch. I'm not choosing shit.
Yeah, like
if I could choose, I would like to choose not to have nap time so I can eat my snacks. If I'm choosing, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, so yeah, preschool, and you're like 22, 23.
Thinking back on it now, I'm like, oh, okay. Now I see why, like, some of like my relationships, I was so harsh on the boys that I was with. I think because I obviously never was going to be satisfied in that relationship.
How could you be?
Well,
men are awful. How could you be?
So here's the thing. This is why I think people won't believe me, is because you know that song.
Also, I don't really know.
Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe, and I was like,
she sure was.
I sure was. I got around. Whatever.
You have a fiance.
I do.
And tread lightly.
She knows. I wasn't actually okay. You know what? I was not that bad. It's just that I kind of was like, someone said, I think my mom was like, no, but you were boy crazy, and I was like,
yes, my family literally told me the same thing growing up.
But it's because I was so harsh. Like, I think that's why I never had a successful relationship because I didn't recognize that something was wrong.
To be fair, I grew up
not
Mormon.
Wrong. It's not wrong.
Yeah, it's not wrong.
It's not wrong.
Like, I grew up Mormon, so like, of course, my family thought I was boy crazy as well because I wasn't allowed to be anything else. I had to be boy crazy.
Fun background story.
I'm not allowed to be.
Grew up Mormon. Grew up around the Mecca of Mormons.
In Utah.
I'm from Utah, born and raised.
baptized Mormon. So I didn't really know I had the option to.
I legit, yeah.
Be anything other than boy crazy.
I made out with a girl in high school. Felt nothing. Didn't even think twice about it.
I think the first time I ever made out with a girl was like a freshman in high school.
Yeah, and I was doing it in front of boys because it was getting a reaction. And like that's so awful, and it is.
But it's true.
But it's true. It's like what happened.
True.
It's what happened. But even then, I'm making out with a girl, and she was a pretty girl. Is a pretty girl. She's still pretty. But I felt no type of way.
Yeah.
I was like, ew.
Oh,
God.
God.
Yeah. So that was like, I think, yeah, like I came out way late in life. I had like reflecting back on it when I was like, oh, like when I think about like childhood crushes or something like that, I remember actually talking about it with Lauren. And I was like, I had such a crush on the kid from, not Tarzan. Did you ever watch Jungle to Jungle?
No.
Oh my god.
Okay,
But
anyway,
when I tell you
Tim
my
Allen.
first crush, you're gonna shit your pants.
Wait, hold on. So I had this crush on this, like, it's a boy.
Yeah.
But the boy,
Long hair.
long hair, looks pretty feminine in it. And it's like, it's the kid that it's like Tim Allen's kid in the movie or whatever. And like, as I'm like, we weren't even talking about that connection.
Mm-hmm.
We were just talking about like childhood crushes. And I was like, oh, that's kind of like one of my first child. And then as we're watching the movie, I go, oh my God, I think it's because he looks like a girl.
Have you guys heard that TikTok sound where it's like the walkie-talkie and it's like switching sides?
Yeah, that was me, and I didn't know. And it took me 20 years for it to be like switching sides 20 years later. Like, I was like, oh.
That is so funny.
And some of my high school friends, they're like, no, that actually kind of makes sense because you're kind of like, just the way that you are, it actually explains better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Now that we know, now that you're a full-blown lesbian.
Now that you're a big fat lesbian.
Oh
My first crush, have you guys ever watched the Disney Channel movie Motocross?
No.
Does anyone know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
I think I watched
Motocross?
that. Yeah.
Oh.
You're gonna die.
No.
And I posted this on my Instagram.
It's a man?
It's a girl.
Oh, yeah, because I'm like,
Andy
Okay, wait, also-
from Moto.
wait, I think we have talked about this. Is it, like, I don't know why, but even now, gonna marry a woman, live and die. But
okay. This is a girl who wants to do motocross, but it's a male-dominated industry. So she chops her hair and pretends to be her brother, Andy. Is that not my wife?
oh my God!
Wait, let me see.
Is that not my wife? The butt chin, the colored eyes, especially now with the blonde hair. This
Wait,
is my wife.
Wait, I'm fucking dying.
Is that,
because
this
now
is
I remember
my
the
first
movie. Yes, I did
fucking
see this.
crush ever. Like, my first crush. Like, I had the whole issue in preschool, but like I didn't know what it was.
It's not an issue.
My whole situation in preschool, I didn't know what it was. I watched that before I was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
So like I didn't meet anyone in person that like
Yeah.
I would say, okay, so in my opinion, you can have a crush on someone without knowing them, but you cannot like someone without knowing them. Does that make sense? Like, you can have a crush
Yeah.
on them because, like, oh,
Well,
they're
that's
so
what I said,
cute,
because I have
whatever.
crushes on boys.
But,
like,
like,
men out in
you
the
don't
world.
like someone unless you know enough about them.
Yeah.
So, like, I had a crush on her. I don't need to know her. I never met her. She's in a movie.
Yeah.
But, like, I never met anyone in person yet that I had a crush on and it developed into
Yes.
liking or anything else so that I could better understand what I was going through.
Yeah.
But, like, I literally, that was the first fucking moment where I was, like, switching sides. Like, that was the moment for
dead.
me. And, like, full fucking circle, because I just wish I could show you guys what my wife looks like right now. She normally has, like, dark brown hair.
I'm gonna figure out how to put like a picture.
She normally has dark brown hair. She just colored her hair blonde. And she has a butt chin, colored eyes. She is literally the girl from Motocross. So, like, how lucky for me.
You don't
Amazing.
look like the kid from Jungle to Jungle. I'm sorry, he does.
Pull up a picture for her to see.
Oh my gosh,
oh, yeah.
yes.
I
I'll
need
show
to
you.
see. John Smith is a baddie. Are you kidding me?
You're probably you're like too young. It's like, and has like kind of like feminine look, and because
I'm offended.
It's a young boy, so it's like
that's awful.
No, he's cute.
He's cute.
You know what? I'll be real.
That doesn't look like Des,
Other than me and other than Des, you guys have the worst taste in people, men and women. So
are you talking to me?
Yeah. Because she's saying he's cute, and I'm like, I'm not surprised that you guys agree because you guys both have shit taste in humans.
Humans?
Other than me and Des, which honestly, like, I picked her. And I was like, you're not fucking getting out of this alive. So your choice is to be with me or die. So what were your friends and family's like reactions?
So, okay. Because I think I was so much older and like whatever, I hate that I didn't have, not that I wished I had a worse situation.
Yeah.
But it's just that I think because I was so much older, it was such a different experience because obviously I didn't really have to battle something that I feel so terrible for a lot of people that did or like had to like go down that route. And so because I found out so much later and like my family's also used to just me doing whatever the fuck I want and just whatever. I think the way that my parents found out, I didn't even like say anything to them. I posted a Snapchat, which also I love my family. My parents are young, so like we're all on Snapchat. They're on every social media.
They are. They follow me on everying.
My dad will follow every single. If someone likes
your
one of our videos,
dad's gonna be the first fucking viewer we have.
He's gonna be so excited. Hi, Dad. So excited. But so I think I just like snapped a picture of like flowers and the person, and they were like, "Mom calls me right away and is like, what is this? Is this your friend?" Like, and I was like, no, it's not my friend. Like, I'm dating her. And she just was
That's
like...
how you told them?
Yes, because
You just do you.
I just do me, and I just thought, deal with it. Or I just... Because I also think I didn't know exactly, like, what was going on. I didn't... Later down the road, I'm going through, like, a crisis of, like, do I really like girls? Was I just excited? Like, I don't know. Like, was it just something different? Whatever. So, like, yeah, telling my parents, that was, like, kind of weird. That's kind of basically, like, how I came out to them. And then all of my friends, I legit... It's not like I sat everybody down and was like, I have something to tell you.
Yeah.
It was like, you guys, I'm going on a date with this person. And they all knew the person because we all went to the same college. We're all sitting right there. And my friends were so nice about it. Like, my straight friends were just like, okay. And I think, again... used to just me being like,
yeah,
what the fuck ever.
Also, like, she is like the human version of like a Tasmanian devil, or she used to be. So I feel like it's like that was probably
I think maybe
one of
some
the more
people were just like
things that you did.
We'll see how this works out. Like, okay. So yeah, I think they just were generally like, you know what, like, okay, like, cool. And I think they let it play out before they made comments, which I really appreciate. I was like, I think I had a really great group of friends at the time that like were so okay with it. And then it was actually really cool. So like Kyra, we went over to someone's house. I can't remember whose house it was. Oh, whatever. We went over and I'm thinking we're just like hanging out, shooting shit, whatever. And they made me a cake, and it was 2 boobies.
I love
with
it.
With nipples and all. It was just boobies,
Shout
nipples.
out to Kyra.
Shout out to Kyra.
You just got married, bitch. Congratulations.
Also, fucking Kyra. And that's where we wish we were. In Mexico, getting drunk.
I wish we were in Mexico for your wedding.
But we couldn't afford it.
And I don't have my passport, so.
That too.
Here we are.
I barely got my passport.
In Houston. Talking shit to each other.
Wishing we were in Mexico.
Wishing we were at your wedding.
But shout out to Kyra. She's always been a down ass bitch. So they bring out this cake while I'm just like sitting there like an idiot. And they start singing to the tune of, like, happy birthday, like, happy coming out day.
Oh my god.
And it was so
on brand for Kyra.
I know! Just like a pure soul.
Her.
And, like, all my friends, they were so nice. And I think they actually might have gotten me gifts, too. Like, it was, like, a legit, like, birthday party. Because I was just like, oh, like, what happens, like, when you guys come out? Because was there supposed to be a parade?
Yeah.
Like, I'd be seeing stuff on the news. Isn't there supposed to be a parade when people come out? Being an asshole. They really did it for me. And I was so thankful. And even, like, thinking about it, I'm like, I know that so many people don't have that experience. Yeah. And I know mine is so different from a lot of people's. But luckily, like, those things kind of went well. It was really hard to tell, like, my grandparents. I didn't tell my mom's grandparents because that I was scared of.
Your mom's grandparents or your grandparents on your mom's side?
My grandparents on my mom's side.
I was like, that girl, they're alive a long time.
No, yeah. No, I was like kind of scared to tell them. My grandma like got it out of me while we were sitting on the couch like this, and I'm facing like looking at the TV. We're watching a Thai soap opera. I don't understand or speak Thai. My grandma's full Thai, whatever. And she asks me about it, and she says it, so I can't speak it or very well or anything, but I know the word for gay. I do.
I bet
and
you
she's
do.
asking me, and she doesn't say it in English, she says it in Thai, and I am not looking at her in the face, and I just go like this, and she goes, "That's okay."
Oh.
Da-da-da. And I was like, okay. And then I like texted my mom, and I was like, hey.
Oh my god.
And it was really sweet. And then I had to tell my grandparents on my dad's side, so his parents, they were coming out to Oahu for my graduation. Mm-hmm. And I was like, hey, do you guys want to go? I'll meet you at this restaurant. It was Tiki's bar or whatever. Tiki bar, whatever.
Yeah.
On the rooftop. I can tell you what table we were sitting at because it was like the first one because I was so scared. I meet them there and I'm talking to them.
You told them then?
I told them
or you brought
then.
Her with you?
No, I did not bring her with me. Absolutely not. I was like, that's too shocking.
That's
too
asking
much.
To be
it was too much, and I wanted to do it in person because I was just like I owe that to them because like I'm so nonchalant with my parents, but I'm like those are my grandparents, like whatever. So I took them to dinner and just started like getting so nervous and fidgety and then crying, and I basically didn't exactly like say it out loud, but they knew about because it gets around, and like my aunts, my uncles, they all. I was like, I'm sure you know, but I was just crying.
I wish my family would gossip like that. Like the only person in my family who's
they would gossip.
The only person in my family who's a gossip is my grandma, and like I came out to her first. Well, not first, but like out of my grandparents.
Yeah.
And I was terrified to come out to my papa, and I was like, that's fine. I don't have to worry about it because she's going to fucking open her big mouth anyway. And the whole time, she's like, what do you want for your birthday? I'm like, I want you to tell him for me so that I don't have to do it. And she's like, no, you're on your own. And I'm like, of all the times that you choose not to gossip, of all the times you don't want to tell my business to the whole family, to every single person you know, it's the one time I'm literally begging you to do so. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, no. I'm come from a whole line of shit talkers.
I wish it got around for me.
So I knew they already knew about it, and like, I just cared that I personally did it because it was like more of like a principle kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Whereas like I don't want you to think that I'm hiding it, and I also don't want to hide it because I was also very like stuck in that where I'm like I'm not because I will say my mom had a tougher time outwardly than like let's say like my dad. Like I think he like obviously probably like went through the whole thing, and I wanted them to be allowed to feel that way because I was like I don't want to be one of those people that forces them to like it be in their face.
Right.
And I'm like I get that. I'm confused. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. So like I had to give them like kind of like the grace to kind of figure that out with me. So I tell my grandparents I'm sobbing, and they're so sweet to me. They hug me, they tell me they love me. Like it really, I was like I know that this is not a normal experience for a lot of people. Like I know
like you're not getting disowned.
So lucky. Yes, I'm incredibly grateful and so lucky, and I just know that that's not the case with everyone. But right after, it has really nothing to do with anything. Right, I'm leaving, and so I'm already like blacked out from emotional trauma that I just went through, and I see the cops in Waikiki. And someone had, like, jumped And so there was just a dead body. And I was like...
Oh my God.
So I was like, I just had like this emotional trauma, and then I
see a dead body.
And it had happened so,
I'm sure
like,
that helps.
So that, like, so freshly that it's like, the cops were just getting there. So it's like, and I'm on my moped.
You're not on a moped,
I'm
bitch.
on a moped. Just zooming past. And I was like...
First of all, erase that from this video.
I thought I was on a moped?
Chop my fucking leg off before I ever admit I'm on a motherfucking moped, bitch.
Oh, I was...
She was zooming.
I was zooming. I love my moped. I would never get on a moped anymore because it's all bad.
I
had a moped forever. I didn't have my car until like 2 years before I left.
And you tore it that much up in the 2 years that you had it? Or like, what's the vibe?
So you told your grandma first.
Well,
did you come out to your friends?
I guess, no, I did come out to my friends first, but like,
yeah.
I
feel like that's always easier.
I pretty much just was like, oh, that girl's so cute. And they just were like...
That was the soft launch.
They just were like, okay. And that's pretty much how it was. Also, like, I went to 2 different high schools.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I went to Waianae first, and then I went to Pearl City.
Oh, okay.
I went to school on the west side from 2nd grade to my freshman year. But my 8th grade year, I went to Waipahu, and then that's when I met the girl that I had a crush on.
Oh.
And then I went back to the west side for a year and a half, 2 years, whatever it was. And then I ended up living with my grandparents, so then I switched high schools. So, like, on both ends, like, there were girls that I was like, oh, that girl's so cute. Like, that girl's so cute, whatever. And so, like, on both ends, I really didn't. I think that I put so much pressure on myself because my grandparents were so strict that I was like, I'm not even going to bother, like, stressing myself out over my friends' reactions.
Yeah.
Because I'm already so stressed out about what my grandparents are going to think that I'm like, I can't. If I stress out about what everyone in my family is going to think, like, I'll never, ever fucking come out, you know?
Yeah.
So I pretty much just was like, oh, that girl's cute. And, like, no one ever questioned it. No one ever was like, so are you gay?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like,
No one questioned me.
Yeah, so I
it was
never
like,
had to have that conversation. And then I think, like, one time I might have, like, low-key hooked up with a girl.
I'm sorry, did you think or did you do it?
And then I went home and I had, like, a hickey on my neck. And honestly, it was one of my more, like, raunchy, extremely inappropriate, ratchet moments. Like, dead ass, my mom thought I had a cockroach on my neck. It was awful.
That's disgusting.
And she asked me, and I just was like, oh, this girl. And she was like, this girl?
You just said it, like...
Yeah, I was like, this girl. And she was like, what the fuck do you mean? And I was probably, like, maybe a sophomore. Maybe, like, going... Yeah, I think it was, like, a sophomore. And then, like, my dad wasn't around, so I never really came out to him. Honestly, I never came out to him until 2-3 years ago. No, not even then. No, that's not true. I came out to him with someone else after me and her broke up. But anyway, but that was not intentional. But anyway, so I never, like, growing up, I was like, well, my dad's not even around, so I'm not even worried about telling him.
Yeah.
And my dad is more so, like, my dad knows men ain't shit because my dad's a fucking pig. So, like, he's like, I'm the very one to fucking know how awful men are.
Yeah.
So, no man will ever be good enough for my daughters. Like, it doesn't fucking matter who they are, where they come from, who their fucking parents are. Like, he fucking lectures me and my sister to this day. Yeah. He's like, I'm a fucking pig. I know how men are. Like, there's nothing you can tell me.
We love a self-aware king.
To convince me otherwise. And, like, he's only recently sober, so, like, obviously, like, the way that he views the world is different, but he's been in that place where he's been such a shit person, so he knows. So I never even considered it because he was never around. I just, like, nonchalantly told my mom, like, some girl. And, like, for my whole life, I was probably at least 22, if not 23, before I even considered telling my grandma.
Oh.
And I was previously engaged before Lauren. And I always told myself, if I end up engaged, obviously that relationship is so serious. Like, that is when I will come out to my grandparents.
Oh my gosh.
Because I'm like living on their couch. It was not well. So like I'm like living on their couch. My grandma's Mormon. My papa is Catholic. And I'm like, I'm not going to rock the boat and risk getting exiled from the only family I have for something that might not even work out. If I get engaged, then I will share it with them. And thank God the girl that I was engaged to prior cut the fucking line as quickly as she did. She called off our engagement less than 1 month after we got engaged. And thank God that she did, because I was like, how the fuck am I going to tell my grandparents, even though I know deep down inside, like, this is not it for me. Yeah. You know, like, I am engaged, which is the promise I told myself. But, like, I know that this is not the end game for me. Yeah. So, like, how do I tell them when I don't feel confident in this relationship? Because it was so on and off. Like, it was so toxic. So I'm like, no, I don't know. But she took care of that for me. So, like, thank God. Thank God.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to her. Thanks, girl. And then she went on to get married to a man. So, like, good for her.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Like, whatever. And then me and her got together.
I was with, like, some real lesbians because none of them switched sides.
I thought she was, but...
I thought so, too, because...
But then, you know, you go off and marry a man, and apparently you're not that gay anymore. What do I know?
Well, okay. Oh, well, actually, wait, this is a good thing about the labels of it all. Because I think we both have a similar thing.
With not wanting to be labeled?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't like saying it, only because I just feel like everyone has their own opinions about everything and, like, what it should be. Like, I always, like, explain it where I was like, I know that at the end of the day, I knew once I, like, realized the whole I like girls thing, I knew that at the end of the day, I would end up with a woman. Like,
really?
Yes. I was like, after I took part in the forbidden fruit situation, I was like,
forbidden fruit, bitch.
Like, there was some questioning because, like, after my first girlfriend, I, like, kind of went back and forth because I was like, okay, was that, like, a one-time thing? Was it, like, I don't know how I feel. And I dated, like, I don't know, dated is what you want to call it, but I hung out with boys after that. But then I just was like, oh God, this is not it. Like, I don't mind it. I'm not like, I'm uncomfortable now because I realize, like, why I was so uncomfortable in the beginning of me dating boys and men and whatever.
That is so interesting.
I just, like, I was like,
I would end up marrying a man.
Really? No, after I realized, I was like, no, I know that at the end of the day, like, I know it's going to be a woman. And I know that, like, that's, are you okay? Are you okay? Okay. But I was like, that doesn't mean I have, like, written off men.
Yeah.
Also, because I was like because I never get hit on by women. Ever. Never.
I do. Oh, sorry.
I never. That's why I'm like, oh, you knew I was like.
I get hit on by women more than I get hit on by men.
No, I get hit on by men way like 90. It's like a 99 and 1. 99 and 1. 99 men, one woman will tell me I'm, like, pretty maybe, and I'm like, and I that's me fishing for it probably.
Like, I can't even.
Women never hit on me.
I think it's so. I'm still stuck on you not. Like, you being, like, set on, like, you're gonna end up with a woman.
Yeah, it was weird. And then I was like, but all I'm getting is men, so I'll just take what I can get for a while.
I feel like no matter what relationship I was in, even, like, in the beginning stages of ours, I was like, I would literally die if we broke up, which I felt like my world was ending when we did break up. Mm-hmm. But I was like, but this is the moment because I'm supposed to be with a guy. Like, I was convinced I would end up with a guy. And even when I finally did come out to my grandma and I'm like, I'm dating a girl, and she's like, so you're gay? That's what she told me. She told me, ... so you're gay? Because I told her over text message. Because I was terrified of her reaction.
I feel that, though. I was like, it's very cop-out that I told my parents while I was miles an ocean away.
I was at work, and for whatever reason, I start, like, I'm thinking in my head, like, oh my God, I'm going to have to tell my grandparents. Like, I have to get it over with already. Because even if she is not endgame for me, like, she's probably not the last girl I'll ever date.
Yeah.
And it's getting exhausting hiding who I am, because she was like the third girl that I brought home who there was like a romantic thing going on with.
Yeah.
And I was like, also, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Based off of what she looks like and the other two that I brought home, like, if you can't already tell, then that is a you problem. That's a you problem.
Yeah.
But, like, still, just for the sheer fact of, like, out of respect, I was like, I have to fucking tell them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at work one day, and I'm like, oh my God, I have to tell my grandma. So I grab my phone, and I text her, and I'm like, I have to tell you something. And she's like, okay, what's going on? And I'm like, I'm dating a girl. And then I'm a receptionist at a massage therapy office. And so, like, I have to, like, make tea for clients who are coming out of their massage. Yeah. And right when she's like, okay, so you like, or I told her, okay, I like girls, or I'm dating a girl or whatever. Then I have to make tea and wait for the clients to come out, check them out. And there's, like, 4 of them. So I'm, like, hyper fucking ventilating because I'm like, what is she saying back to me? And then she's like, ... So you are gay? Just you
Wait,
are.
question mark?
No.
Oh.
No question mark. Just you are gay? And I told her, well, I'm not gay. Like, I don't think men are despicable, but, like, I just so happen to be dating a female. And I swear to you, it took 30 minutes for her to respond. And in reality, it was, like, 4 minutes. And she's like, well, if you're waiting for me to be surprised, I'm not. I saw you making out with a girl in a black truck in front of our house 2 years ago.
And she just kept
Whose
it for...
black truck?
I was going to say, I was like, wait a ticket.
2 years ago? You fucking saw me making out with a girl 2 years ago, and you made me fucking suffer like this for 2 years?
The fact that she didn't, like react at all.
No, she's like, if you're waiting for me to be surprised, I'm not. Like... Thanks, Grandma.
She's like, I'm just going to let you sin. Yeah. And I'm going to watch. And just sit back.
Yeah.
And watch you go
And
to
I
hell.
remember that day very clearly. And she's like, she didn't see us. And I'm like, I swear she did. But, like, even then, like, in that moment, I'm like, am I really doing this? Because I know I'm supposed to be with a guy. Like, that's just, I felt it so strongly. I was like, I love Lauren more than anything. Like, I would rather sell every organ in my body to the black market than lose her. But, like, it just felt like that's just what I felt. Like, I'm going to end up with a guy, no matter what.
It's just how I felt. Because I was, like, kind of, like, a guy that I had been, like, seeing or whatever in between, whatever. It was... one of those things where he was like, well, like, I don't... And he was really nice about it. Like, he knew my ex-girlfriends, like, whatever. Yeah. And he was really nice about it. And he was just like, well, but, like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Because...
like, what are the vibes?
What are the vibes? And I was like, I wish that I could stop it.
Yeah.
Which is so, like, it's, like, so sad. But I was like, I wish that I didn't feel the way that I feel. Because I was like, because he was nice to me. He was kind of, I was like, finally I was like in one where I felt safe.
Yeah.
Which was like a big thing where I was like, but when I'm thinking about it at the end of the day, I just so know that this is not right. Like, I don't feel good about it in my everything in my body was like, it's almost perfect. It's just that, weirdly, that one aspect, it just wasn't it for me. That's so it's like, eventually crazy. I think I'm going to have that thing where I'm going to regret it, and I'm going to be thinking about other things.
Yeah.
Well, but yeah. But okay. But I was going to say, like, are you okay? Like, do you say I'm a lesbian, or do you say I'm gay? Or do you say I'm bisexual? This is where I'm like, this is where the label thing comes in for me. Because I say something, and I feel like it's controversial.
I don't like
it. I don't like any of it.
I try really hard to just say, like, my partner even.
I do. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, one, I don't like saying my wife because...
What? Oh, I
mean, I do. Like,
we're not even married yet, and I'm like my wife.
I love saying my wife because I've been waiting for 7 years. But, like, I don't know. I think it just depends who I'm talking to. Like, we live in a very suburban area in Texas.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't really want to share that information with all the older white women. Like, no offense to older white women, but, like, especially in our area, I'm just assuming that everyone is not supportive of our people.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really like sharing that. So, like, I just say my partner. But, like, I hate saying gay. I hate saying lesbian.
Oh, I would prefer to
And I feel like bisexual, like, no one takes it seriously.
And that makes me so sad because I'm like, then I'm like weirdly a part of the problem, or like they talk about it and I'm like, I get it, but I was like, but that's the thing is that like I am in a serious relationship, and if I'm going to tell you something, like I don't want you to think that it's like we are,
see, like I feel like
I serious.
Deep down, like I am bisexual because I don't think men are disgusting. You know, like my mom's sister, she is a lesbian. Like she is a lesbian through and through. She fucking despises men. She thinks they're despicable, and honestly, they are. Don't get me wrong, they are. But like, I don't think she even finds men attractive.
Yeah,
and like, that's where I'm like, I will literally like Travis Kelce, baby. Travis Kelce, call me up.
Oh, Pilo.
But like,
I love Pilo so much.
You know, like I can still find men attractive, but like I'm in a long-term committed relationship with my wife. I would not want that to change.
Yeah,
but like I don't like saying I'm bisexual or like just the whole label. It makes me feel
flippant.
I feel like gay. I don't know, and honestly,
I say
feel
I'm
like
gay.
It really?
Yeah, because I weirdly feel weird about lesbian because then I feel like I'm super lying, and it makes zero. It makes no sense because gay is like not shouldn't be the word that I use. But
gay,
I don't know.
So I don't know how to explain it, but like I feel like people have tainted the word gay so much that I'm like,
I think they've tainted all of it. So that's why I'm like,
they definitely have.
I feel like because we've gone like back and forth and like all this other stuff, then it's like I don't like to just feel like I have to give it one name.
Yeah.
Because I get where people come from, where it's like you can change your mind.
What
you
is
don't
that
know
thing where you're like
you don't know.
Is it pansexual? Is it pansexual where you
like
you don't care what the other person's gender
is? That what we're supposed to be saying?
Honestly, I can't even keep up. Like like that's gonna probably
also that's why I think I'm like
that's gonna probably get us canceled.
Sexually or romantically attracted to people regardless of their sex or gender.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So like.
Oh.
But then not everyone knows what pansexual is.
I barely found out right now.
Right. So like. I want to say pansexual because I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care whether you're a girl. Because, like, everyone growing up is like, okay, so are you gay? Are you lesbian? Like you only like girls? And I'm like, no, that has nothing to do with it. I just care about, like, the person. I don't really care. Yeah. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm not into you because you're a girl. Or, oh, I'm not into you because you're a boy.
Yeah, it's like I didn't write people off because of it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just the person, which I feel like is very pansexual.
Yeah.
But like but then I go to fucking Pilates and they're like, you know, asking me questions. I'm gonna be like, well, I'm pansexual. None of those fucking 50-year-old white women are gonna know what the fuck that is. They already look at me fucking weird because I roll up in my fucking tight ass biker shorts with my fucking full sleeve tattoo. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not everyone's gonna know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
find it hard, and I never lead with that stuff. Like, I don't like introduce myself and go like, "Hi, I'm marrying a woman."
I hate the labels. Like, I hate it. I
personally don't feel like I have to say those things, and I think
I try to avoid it.
Yeah, and I don't really like it.
Yeah.
So I just don't care for it, and I don't care to ask people. And I'm like, you don't have to explain shit to me.
Yeah.
I'm confused already.
I don't care. I don't care about your life, and you damn sure should not care about mine.
True.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, thanks for watching. And we'll see you guys next time.
In the next session.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. We were supposed to take a shot.
That's okay.
I think it's fine. We took one in the middle.
Yeah. Okay.
Woohoo!